Mythologies are the most impressive and fascinating narratives hidden in the dark corridors of human history. For thousands of years, people have created stories to explain the world around them, the power of nature, and the meaning of life. These stories are not just fairy tales or entertainment tools. They are also a deep source of information that reflects the belief systems, values, and fears of societies. Mythologies are like a lighthouse that guides humanity with their gods and heroes. In this video, we will dive into the fascinating world of mythologies. We will discover every detail from the infinite power of the gods to the courageous journeys of the heroes and the deep meanings of universal stories. If you are ready, let's start to open the curtain of mythology full of secrets. The world of gods, the powers that rule the universe. Gods are at the heart of mythologies. They are not only beings that rule nature and the universe, they also represent the inner conflicts, passions, and fears of man. Greek mythology, the power of Olympus. The gods of Greek mythology have human characteristics. They are jealous, angry, loving, and making mistakes. Zeus, as the ruler of the skies, represents justice and order. Poseidon reflects the power and chaos of the seas, while Hades reveals the mysterious nature of death and the underworld. Each god is also a metaphor for humanity. Zeus, leadership and power. Athena, wisdom and strategy. Ares, the destructive power of war and anger. These gods not only rule nature, they also reflect the emotions and conflicts hidden deep within the human soul. Norse mythology, between chaos and order. In Norse mythology, the gods exist in a harsher, darker world. Odin is the god of wisdom and war. However, this wisdom was gained through great sacrifices. Thor is the god of power and lightning, the protector of order. Loki is a figure who constantly disrupts order and represents chaos. The struggle between these gods symbolizes the balance between order and chaos in the universe. Ragnarok is the apocalyptic story of Norse mythology and tells that order always has an end, but rebirth will follow. Egyptian mythology, death and rebirth. In Egyptian mythology, the gods focus on the cycle of death and rebirth. The death and resurrection of Osiris represent the cycle of life and the search for immortality. Ra, the god of the sun, is reborn every morning and goes to death every night. This cycle shows that life is both temporary and eternal. The journey of the heroes, a reflection of the human soul. Another element as important as the gods in mythology are the heroes. The stories of heroes tell the struggles, victories, and defeats of the human soul. They show how an ordinary person can become extraordinary. Hercules, the price of superhuman strength. Hercules is one of the most well-known heroes of Greek mythology. However, his story is not only remarkable for his strength, but also for his struggles with difficulties and suffering the consequences of his mistakes. His 12 tasks tell us that man must face his greatest fears and that these struggles mature him. Odysseus. Loyalty and patience. Odysseus's journey home is not only a physical adventure, it is also a spiritual journey. His story emphasizes the importance of loyalty, determination, and the desire to return home. Resisting the call of the sirens is a symbol of man's struggle against his own weaknesses. Gilgamesh, in search of immortality. The world's oldest known epic, the Epic of Gilgamesh, tells the story of a king's quest for immortality. However, in the end, he learns that true immortality is provided by the legacy a person leaves behind. This story shows how difficult it is for a person to accept their mortality, but also how it is an inevitable reality. Universal themes of mythology. Mythologies have common themes despite their cultural differences. These themes reflect humanity's collective unconscious and universal questions. Creation. While the stories that explain how the universe came to be vary from culture to culture, the idea of a creative force or chaos bringing order is the same everywhere. The conflict of good and evil, the battle between good and evil, represents a universal struggle. It is experienced not only between the gods, but also within man himself, the cycle of life and death. All mythologies express the transience of life and the possibility of a continuation after death. The impact of mythologies on the present. Mythologies are not just stories of the past, they are still with us today. From popular movies, Thor, Percy Jackson, to literature, Neil Gaiman's American Gods, mythological themes continue to exist in the modern world. In addition, these stories prompt us to reflect on our own lives. As humans, we seek to understand who we are and why we are here. We draw inspiration from the stories of heroes to overcome life's challenges. We see our own passions, mistakes, and hopes in the stories of the gods. Conclusion: the universal message of mythology. Mythologies are the universal story of humanity. They are sources of light that carry the wisdom of the past into the future and guide us on our own journey through life. Each god, each hero, and each story represents a part of the human soul that is deep within.